Yeah, what we need to do right now is for us to proceed to designing this section where we have a form, and also we have parcel delivery, so that this shows that we are going to have two columns. Now this column is for parcel delivery inquiry, which I've been scripted down in on the. So now let's add a row. Okay, so the row, make it two sections. Now edit the row, leave all these values here as at default, but add a 50 pixel margin, padding, and add 10 pixel margin to top and the bottom. So save changes. The next thing you're going to do here is to add title and text. Okay, so here, so parcel, parcel delivery, and enter schedule a pickup. Okay, so beneath choose left side, and let's add a formatting for this. Now let's choose our color. Let's choose this, and this size is 4 pixels by 60 pixels. Okay, top it's -1 pixels, while this is 0 pixels. Okay, so once you've done this, you can click on save changes. Now let's preview and see how it looks before we add other things here. Okay, so right now this looks fantastic. So what we need to do is to add a little bit of gap. Okay, so make everything 10 pixels. Okay, and the next thing we need to do, we need to add an icon. Get an icon. Yep, so let's add an icon. Yeah, let's look for logistics down here. Good, so let's choose this bike, and size extra large. Okay, so okay, let's save changes and let's preview our changes. Okay, let's increase the, let's say 20. Okay, so I think the next thing we're going to add it's let's duplicate this gap here and bring it down. Okay, and let's add our text block. Okay, and let's go to our document to copy. So let's see, we want to copy from here. Okay, and let's click on text and paste the form, the text there. Now let's have a preview as well. Good, so this looks quite okay, and also I would like us to add something here, stylish icon, because I want to show the roots. Before we do that, let's custom heading. Okay, and let's say our routes are now let's change the the font to beta, and let's okay, this is okay, and let's add Let's preview our changes. Okay, this is quite big. Let's change the size from H2. Let's use H4. Let's see how it looks. Okay, this is quite okay. And okay, the next thing we're going to add is a stylish icon. So go to stylish icon. Okay, so from here just click on presets and go down here. This. Okay, use this. Now click OK. Good. So let's edit the stylish icon which we just added. Okay. First, lowering to Abuja. Now go here, Abuja to lowering. Okay. Now let's duplicate this. One more. Okay. Lowering to Port Harcourt. Okay, and let's copy this Port Harcourt. Oh, sorry. Let's copy. Now paste. Okay, and this learning to Lagos and Lagos to Ilorin. Okay, now let's have a preview of how it looks. Good. Okay, so this is quite okay. And next thing I want us to do is the form. The form is going to stay right here on the right hand side of this column. Now, to add a form, there is this plugin which I told you to activate. It's called Contact Form 7. Okay, so click on Contact Form 7. Let's open it in a new tab. So I opened the new tab by pressing down my Control key before I clicked. Okay, so edit form. Now let's create a new form. Now let's call the form Parcel Delivery. Okay, now click on Save. Good. So what you just need to do, delete the first and the last three sections. Let's leave the submit button out. So now let's first one. Now I need of let's say 8 to 10 entries. So let's start. First, we want your name. So we want to call it your name. Okay, or let's say first name. Okay, now use this as a placeholder. That means we don't want to make use of a label. That means we don't want any text outside the form that you're about filling. So we want the form to display right inside the form. It's one of the latest CSS form style customization which is used now. So you insert tag. The next one is the last name. Click on text, change the number, add one more last name. If you maintain the 268 here, that means you are duplicating the values in two places. So increase the number here and make sure you click on use this text as a placeholder of the feed. Okay, good. Last, the next thing which we need to add is email address. Okay, so let's move this email address. Let's move this email address to the top and delete the label. Okay, sorry. What you just need to do, move it up. Okay, and this type placeholder email add. Okay, so email address. Now the next thing you need from them is the phone number. So go to cell. Okay, this is a required line. That means they must submit their phone number. Okay, and also their email address. That is for contact purposes. Okay, so your tell. Okay, use this as once you don't click this value is going to display in the form, and the user might have to delete the content of the form before the person can actually use the the form. Okay, now click insert tag. Now we're done with the phone number. The next thing we want to add to this, it's okay, just type this pickup information. That is, they have supplied us the basic information we needed here. So we need the pickup information. That means where they need to pick up the goods from. Okay, so next thing you need here is under text. Remember, this should be 270. Okay, and this is the required feed as well. Okay, now the value in it to be pickup address. Sorry, pickup address. Okay, yeah, insert tag. The next one you need, yeah, that's a 271. Destination, that means where they are sending the goods to. Destination address, you make sure to click on this. Okay, good. The next one, sorry, the next form you need here, it's the states. The destination states texts 272. Destination state or city. Okay, so click insert tag. Now the next thing, the type of goods, 273, type of package. Okay, ensure to click on this. It's also important. The last thing here is special instruction. We're going to use a text area box. Okay, that is where the user can input any other extra things which are not requested for in the and now this is going to be special instruction. Okay, so with this good, and the last but not the least is the submit button. Okay, so with this click on save changes. And so let's quickly go straight to our okay, now let's update this so as for us to be able to fetch the contact form we just created. Now there are still more other functions, or there are still more other settings which we need to do to this, but don't worry, before we are through with this the full something, you're going to see how we configure this, and all the data you've submitted in the form, how it will be forwarded to these emails that we have here, and so on. So now let's quickly go down here and let's fix up. Now click the plus button you see here and click on type pro. Now you see contact form 7 pro. Now this is where you can make so many customizations. Okay, now you can see contact form, you select contact form, choose parcel delivery, since that's the name of our contact form, something that we're making use of. Okay, so what you need to do right now, click on save changes. Now let's have a preview of what our site looks like. So let's see how good is it. Good. Now you can see this is the form. This is how it's going to display. Now I'm thinking I think we can add our basic information, add something to the top of the form. Let's say here basic information. Okay, since we have pickup information, okay, I think it would be nice if we have something at the top. Okay, now once you save changes here, you have to refresh. Let's preview again. Okay, so it's going to refresh these and show us how our site looks now. Now actually there are some customizations which I would like to do, like breaking this first and last name into 2. Okay, now I think the form is quite longer. I want something equal to this. Okay, so one of the things I would like to do right now is go to my contact form 7 pro here and do something first. Let's do some customization. Let's do some styling now. Whenever any text they inputted in all the boxes, I want the font size to be 14 pixels and I want the color to be of this. And also you can do so many other customizations if you want from this. That means on every box that's going to take in your data, the font size is going to be 14 and the text color is going to be this. Quite different from how the normal ones are. Now the labels I want let's say 16 pixels and I want the color to be this. Okay, so if you want more that customization, you can click on this advanced mode, and we're going to see, let's say you want to change the font family, you want to add, you want to make it bold, more bolder than this, you want to add anything. But for me, I'm okay with this. Okay, so let's preview and let's see how our site looks now. Okay, as you can see, the values inside has changed. Okay, so oh, sorry, there's one thing which we omitted here. We're supposed to put label. Also, this label, close tag, sorry, and open tag label. Thus, so let's save changes now. We're going to see a little bit of change, because what I tried to do was that this then changed and I wanted it to change. Okay, so let's preview and let's see how it goes. Okay, as you can see, it has changed. So I guess this hasn't changed because there might be some oh, sorry, I wrote jabel label. Okay, so click on save. Now let's preview how it's gonna look like. Let's see how it's gonna look like. Okay, it has fully changed. Okay, but I guess the black looks more okay. Well, let's proceed. Now what I want is this. I want to reduce the height of the form because it's quite too big for me. So I would like to reduce this 4. To reduce the height of this form is quite too long and too big. Okay, so I guess I can this 4 boxes, or let me say the first 4 boxes, the first 4 inputs boxes, I can actually do some changes there. Okay, that means I can reduce their sizes into 2. Okay, so by me trying to do this, I would like to know the full length, or let me say the full size, the full width of this input form. So what I need to do is to inspect elements. So let's inspect separate so that we can have the size for our screen on PC. So let's click and select an element. So let's see. Now the size, the total width for this box is 625. So now that means I'm going to divide 625 by 2. Okay. Okay, now let's see, and also divide this by 2 so that the 2 can stay on the line, the other 2 can stay on the next line. So by so doing, we have saved ourselves 2 input boxes, and it's going to look more professional than how it just looks so simple. Okay, so you don't have any issues with this, and you don't have any configurations to do here as regards the spacing. Okay, that's why we have the contact from 7 Pro. So this is a very good, let me say, the add-on that came with this theme and also the plugin. So I would advise you, the link is showing on your screen right now. So if you have not made your purchase, kindly go to that link and make your purchase. It's extra theme and it's highly customizable. It's one of the best theme I've ever used. So let's click on this, and now all the boxes we've used, or let me say all the input forms like these other ones, all the input forms that we've used are denoted by feeds. So that means you can make customization to feed 1. That means the feed 1 is going to make effect on the first name, the feed 2 is going to make effect on the last name, the feed 3 is going to make effect on the email address, and so on and so forth. So what we need to do right here is feed 1. First, let's divide 625 by 2. 625 by 2. Sorry, 625 divided by 2, that's going to be 312. Now, but for proper spacing, I advise we use 310. Okay, so the other ones we go for paddings. Okay, so let's say 310 pixels, and 310 pixels, and do we need anything here? Okay, but we would like this to float to the left. Okay, because this is part of the CSS functions which I would like us to use. Now close this, feed 2, do the same thing. Sorry, 310 pixels, but remember 310 pixels, but remember we are to make this to float right. Okay, so now let's have a preview of our site looks now. So if we are on the way, let's close this preview here, inspect elements. Good. So okay, I think there's a little bit of bug here. Okay, I think what we need to do is to let's remove this okay, the first name flew. Oh, it's because we have a space at the top. Okay, so let's remove this. Okay, for now. So let's preview now. Okay, let's see how our site looks. Good. You can say this looks perfectly. Okay, this looks perfect. Okay, so let's do that for the second and the first row. So the same thing we're gonna do, float left and right, fit 310 pixels, and ensure it flew left. Okay, so save. Oh, sorry, let's click again. Feed 4, 310 pixels, and ensure. Sorry, 310 pixels, and let's ensure it flew right. Okay, so now let's have a preview of how it looks. Okay, so now you can see we have saved ourselves some spaces. Okay, so with this we okay now, but before we proceed to this, let's try to preview on the other devices. Let's preview on the mobile. You can see this is okay here, and this you can see now you can input, you know, you can you can see the text in it are quite okay. Okay, pick up address, blah 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 blah, you can fill, and you can click send. Okay, so it's gonna, you can see thank you for your message, it has been sent. Okay, so that's it. So let's close our inspect element preview, and now the next thing we are going to do from the guideline we have is for us to do this call to action button. Okay, it's gonna have these, and also these. Okay, so it's just gonna be a click and everything's gonna be okay. Thank you. Call to action button. Okay, and also the row which is gonna stay in. So what you need to do, just go up here, click on template. Okay, now go straight to click on call to action and choose the last, this yellow one here. Okay, and add to the template. Okay, so now you're gonna have all this. The first thing we need to do is to go click on the row where it is and change the background, but we want the same background for these to be the same as the one we have here. Okay, so sorry, let's copy what we have here and let's come down here and paste. Okay, so paste. Okay, save changes. Here we want to replace sorry, we are hiring. Okay, we are hiring. Do you want a job? Kindly send your CV over. Just let's use that value for now. So for this button here, okay, I think there's some, let's see if there's anything we need to change here. Okay, we need to change the icon. Let's look for another icon that is more okay than this. Okay, let's use folder. Okay, let's use something like folder. Okay, or let's say briefcase. Good. So this looks like something that can be used to depict gerb. Okay, let's say text color. Let's choose white. Let's make the background deep blue. Okay, and let's click on save changes, and let's preview what we have now on our website. Oh wow. Okay, this is kind of okay. Okay, so what we need to just do right now, I think we can do some editing to the over. Let's make this icon, if possible. We can make can do something to the overlaying effect. Okay, let's choose this. So you go up here and click on over effect and interchange the colors. Let the background be white and let this be deep blue. And let's see. Okay, so let's see. Oh wow, so this, we've added some extra formatting here, which is quite okay. So to make this, I want to remove this yellow color. Okay, so click here and let's see, let's say send here or apply now or learn more. Okay, let's add a learn more. Now let's remove this URL. Let's put asterisk there for now, and let's change the button styling. Let's make the color white, and let's make the background of this button, let's make it this, and when it's been hovered on, let's make these okay, let's make this the blue and also make these white. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Preview. Okay, so this looks okay. Yeah, so the next thing we need to do on our is for us to add the address and also the Google map. Okay, so we're gonna do that very soon, but now let's preview how our site looks on the mobile. Now looking from the top, this is nice. About us, our services, pick up parcel delivery. This is nice and okay, and good. This is amazing. Okay, this is quite amazing, and it's lovely. You can see when it's being clicked, it's quite amazing. So let's move to the next word. Thank you. Last section we have on our wireframe, which is where we are to display a physical address and also insert a Google map. Okay, this line only denotes that we have two columns. Okay, so and the last thing is the footer element, which we already have on the website. Let's have a preview once more and see how it is. Okay, so this is actually where we stopped. So first thing we need to do is just to add a row. Okay, and split the rows into two. First thing we need to do is to ensure we have a title and text. Now get in touch of physical addresses are below. Okay, or below. Okay, so we need to add some styling. Left side, just as what you've known before. Left side, let's add some styling to this. So change it to this color. This should be 4 pixels, and it should be 60 pixels. Okay, and top this should be -1 pixels, and this should be 0 pixels. Okay, so I think we're done here. Okay, let's but I want to have an icon after the title. I can choose. Now let's click on map on it. Okay, let's choose this, and we need to do some styling to the icon itself. Let's choose color. Let's say 24 pixels. Text color should be this. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, let's choose the darker version of the blue. Okay, save changes. So let's have a preview of our site looks. Okay, this is quite okay for what we want to achieve. Okay, so before we proceed, we need to add a gap. Make sure the gap is let's say 10 pixels for everything. Okay, and the next thing we need to add is a text box. And what are we going to put inside the text box is our contact details. So you can find that in the document, which it's right here. Just copy everything we have. Okay, let's see. Copy all this, and we go to highlight everything under the visual and click on text and paste. Oh, sorry, highlight everything and paste. Okay. So what you just need to do is to bolden this, press down, bold this, and okay, this is it. So let's preview. Okay, now this is nice, and I just want to do something else. I want to add a small button. Let's add a fully customizable button, and drop us a line. Okay, just a link that's going to take us to that's going to take us to the contact us page, because most of the times most sites are mostly found with contact form on the front, but for serious business owners it is quite advisable to make sure you have your contact details well spelled out on your own page, not the contact form. Why? Because your contact form might not receive any traffic because they have received all what they need to do. But when there's a link for them to meet you or shoot you or drop you an email or something, they can do that. Okay. So the button is drop us a line, and let's choose some preset. I want something simple, very simple. Yeah. So let's say we want to choose this. Okay, so the button formatting is gonna be edited out. Drop us line. Okay, so let's see how it looks first before we know what to do next. Okay. Okay, it's quite okay, but I think we need to add some paddings to this row. Okay, so let's quickly do that now. Okay, let's say outer margin. Let's add a margin. Let's say 10 pixels, because we are almost through with the sections, or let me say we are through with the sections. The only thing left for us is just to add the map and proceed to creation of other pages. Okay, this is quite interesting because the colors used here can be found around the design. Okay, so I don't want us to mix or let me say mix the main design by mixing colors and using all sorts of colors which are not in line with the logo or other things. Okay, so I've done this. This is quite readable. Now let's preview on our mobile and see if it is readable or not. This is fantastic. This is okay. Okay, this is fantastic. Now I use more icons on this page. I use just only 2 images. Why? Because I want the page to load fast, because as a small business owner You can afford the cost of CDN, which is content delivery network, and other things that will make your website to be very fast. So in the apps, for you to gain more or traffic by making your site to be fast, accessible, you have to use more of icons, less of images. Okay, so the next thing which you need to do, which is in line with what we've scribbled out here, is the Google image. Okay, so now let's add the Google image over here. The first thing you need to do is to proceed to maps dot map dot Google Map. Okay, let's say Google Map. Okay, so click on Google Map and try to locate where your office is. Try to type in now, like yes, Charles. This has only been done before. Okay, you can see yes, Charles. And for those of you who your site, let me say your business contact has not been added on or Google Map, you can also do that. I'm gonna drop a tutorial very soon on how you can do that on your mobile phone or in your desktop. Okay, as you can see, I've added the website. I've added the phone number and also the copy the address and every other thing. So what we want to do is to embed it on this page. What we need to do is to go here and type Google. So you're going to see Google Maps. Okay, you can actually use this, but you're going to make use of your longitude and your latitude. Okay, but for this, I would advise you use this. And for those of you who your business resides around this area and your office is not found on Google Map, what you can do is to look for the closest area around this place and make sure you get the correct latitude and longitude and latitude. And can you get that? Now, the first one here is the longitude, whereas the second one after the comma, it's your latitude. So for this business now, the longitude of this company is this, while the latitude is this. So by the time you use all these correct coordinates, you're going to have the map embedded on your website. Okay, so but if you want to embed all this frame that we are seeing around my mouse, around what you're seeing right here, what you need to do is just to click on menu and go straight to embed, share or embed map, and go to click on the second tab here. Okay, which is what embedded map. Okay, what you need to do, come down here and click copy HTML. Okay, and what you need to do is to replace or first delete this and paste what you have here. Okay, let me do it again. Go here, copy, and come down here and right click and paste. Okay, so with this you are good to go. So click on save changes and let's preview our website. Okay, now as you can see, our website is in the same height with our box here. So with this we have achieved the goal for the home page. Now coming back to the top, first thing it's whenever a customer, or let me say a potential visitor, comes to your site, he or she should be able to get to know what your site is all about from seeing the carousel. And also it should not be hard for the person to be able to contact you and also have your contact phone number since you are in business. Okay, and you must tell them what you do, and the list of services you do must be inside your about us statement. And the next thing you need to do is to show the kind of services you can offer, and also based on the fact that this is one of the things that they do on daily basis, it's best advisable for us to put it at the forefront of the website. Likewise, they are also recruiting, which is just a call to action button that is added here, and this shows the physical address. Now going back to our wireframe, we can see we have conformed to all this except for the tracking, something which is here, which I'm gonna do very soon, okay, before the end of this tutorial. Okay, so now the next thing you're going to do straight is to create this with background image and add all these down the line. Okay, interchange lines and add this at the end. Okay, so I'm going to meet you in the next section of this video. Thank you. Yeah, welcome back. So what we need to do right now is for us to create our service pages as shown by WireFrame here, first page. So this is the prototype, or let me say this is the template we're going to follow for all our services, ranging from cleaning services to HR sourcing to other services you can see in this book. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to first create this black background whereby we have this service title and the image background, and this interchange with this and other ones. Now, so follow me. The next thing we need to do is just to create a new page. Sorry, you need to create a new page. Yeah, so we're gonna give the name of the page as cleaning services. I want us to start with the cleaning services page, then we'll move on to other pages. Okay, let's click on WP Bakery Page Builder and cleaning service. Okay, yeah, what you need to do, save draft. So once that is done, we can click on this again. Now we are back at the classic editor. So we need to do some settings beneath the text editor area. What we need to do is just come to the header settings here and choose this no gap between header and content. 1, 2 on the heading setting. Choose overlay on all devices. Okay, and title type, choose disable. Okay, now let's preview what we have right now and see. Okay, this is what we are expecting to see over here. Okay, so right now what we need to do right now, click on back end editor and add row. Now what we need to do to the row is to stretch the row. Okay, and go to the design option, add let's say 50 pixels, let's say 100 pixels by 50 pixels. Click on save changes, and what we need to add right now is title and text. Okay, so cleaning services, yeah, because it's more than one type of cleaning services they offer. So let's go to our document and fetch this paragraph and press enter and paste. Okay, now make everything to be aligned center. Now let's make this white. Okay, and let's make this H2 and let's make it the blue this. Okay, so but before we proceed, we need a background image. Now go to design options, select the image. Good, so we're gonna see testing tree. Yeah, upload. Okay, yeah, so this is done now. Click on set image and click on save changes. So let's preview and see what we have now. Okay, good, but I think we can add something else to this because it must not be in the same line as this. So click again and let's go here. Let's see if the margin is gonna work or not, because I guess it's gonna shift. It might shift the page down a little bit. So I see this is not what we want, so we don't need margin for now. Let's increase our padding. Let's say 200 pixels by 100 pixels, and let's remove our margin. Good, so good, this is absolutely okay. Now let's preview what we have on the mobile. Good. This is, oh wow, fantastic. I love the spraying bottle at the back of that. Now I think there should be a button at the back. A button. Let's choose a preset. Let's choose something simple. I want something simple like this. Yeah, this is my okay. But we need to change the values on it. Let's say IRs. Okay. Okay. Make sure it is centered, and let's preview and see how it's gonna look like. Good. This is quite too close to this. It's okay because we are able to use our colors properly. We have white, we have the blue, we have the light blue as well. Okay, so let's okay, I think let's see if we can have okay, let's try to add a gap. Okay, let's add a gap. Let's say 30 pixels, 20 pixels, 10 pixels. Okay, so let's move the gap in between the two, and let's have a preview of what we have now. Okay, this is quite okay. I'm much more pleased with this. So next thing we need to do, let's preview on mobile. Good. This is amazing. Okay, so this button is going to lead us to the down parts of the same page. Okay, that is if the visitor that comes to your site is well okay, you know, with what he or she has read through here, can just click on higher ups, and the page is going to scroll down and emit in an animation form, scroll down, and it's going to take them down to the last part of the page where we have a contact form button and is a session here. Okay, so that's it. Now let's proceed. What we need to do next is to add a row and ensure the row okay as a default. Now inside the row, insert another row, okay, and duplicate this row in 3. Okay, now make sure this is 2 column, 2 column, and 2 columns. Okay, now what we need to add here, we are now at a stage where we need to add this text to the left, image to the right, and so on and so forth. So the image size we're going to be making use of is 600 by 400. Okay, so what you need to do is just press image, type image there, and now add an image. Okay, let's search for a file here. Okay, it's sorry. Okay, this is just 600 by 400. Open. Good. So what we have here is this. Okay, and I guess over effect. Let's leave it like that. Okay, let's leave all this. Save changes, and here we need to add title and text. Okay, so let's fetch from our document. The first one is pre-post cross construction. I like this and paste. Click back on visual. Now make some correction to this. Post construction cleaning. Now copy all these first. Now press enter. Paste all these again. Okay. Oh, sorry. Paste. Okay. Okay. That is okay. Let's see. That's gonna look like. Let's have a preview. Okay, now this is quite too close to each other. Okay, let's add outer margin for the big row. Let's say 20 pixels, and let's add a padding of 50 pixels. Likewise, the same thing as this, 50 pixels and a margin of 20 pixels. Okay, now let's have a preview of how it's gonna look like. Good, this is okay, but I guess there's something else we can do to this to make it more unique. Click on this and click this, content position, choose middle. Okay, now preview. Good. This is quite okay and fine and interesting, but I think we can bring this down a little bit. Okay, at this spots, okay, I like this beautiful, and click text, and by this junction put angle brackets, BR angle bracket. Okay, and click on save changes. Okay, now let's have a preview of how it's gonna look like. Okay, it's not going down. Okay, I'm adding a div tag. Okay, and let's add a div tag to this as well. Close div tag. Okay, so I guess we should be having something nice. Yeah. Okay, let's highlight everything to be okay, post construction. Let's recopy everything, sorry. Okay, now let's open our notepad, because I guess the font copied with some extra formatting, which I'm not okay with. Okay, so first let's edit out spray post construction, changing the first letter to I caps. Okay, so let's delete this. Okay, now let's add sorry, not this, title and text. Okay, so let's paste this here. First, let's copy from our notepad. Okay, so paste. Now press enter and copy the last paragraph here. Okay, so good. Let's see how it's gonna look. Good. Okay, this is quite okay. Okay, yeah, this is okay. Now this is first one. Now what you need to do to save our time is duplicate this and move this down here. Okay, duplicate this and move this down here. Okay, since we want it to interchange. Okay, so good. Now there should be a little bit of gap and space in between. Okay, so let's say a padding of 50 pixels. 50 pixels. Do we need padding to the top? Yeah, I guess we need. Yes, we do. Good. Now this is quite okay, and more more beautiful than it used to be. Okay, so here we need the image to put down here. So okay, let's edit this and let's fetch our content from here. Fumigation and pest control. Okay, so let's start from here. And let's paste the other ones here. Okay, so let's see how it's gonna look. Okay, good. Fumigation and pest control. Okay, so let's have a look of how it's gonna display on our mobile. Good, this is okay. Pre-post construction cleaning. Okay, there should be a little bit of gap here, and also this is quite okay. Okay, so let's quickly add the gap down here. Gap, but mind you, we're going to add the gap alone to mobile. Okay, let's say 30 pixels. Okay, so let's preview to see if our settings worked. Okay, good, this worked perfectly. Now there's an image I want to use for fumigation and those ones. Okay, I would like to use this image for fumigation. Okay, so I'm gonna have to resize it to 600 by 400. Okay, by 400. Now let's place embedded. Okay, good. So what we need to just use to just paste it there, and let's export and save. Good. Now fumigation, yes, Charles. Services. Okay, so now let's go back to our page, edit the image, remove this and add let's upload fumigation, this. Now once it's done, use image, click and save changes, and let's have a preview. Okay, this is quite okay. Good. Okay, so I think what we need, middle. Okay, let's say content position middle, save changes. Let's preview once more. Good, this is fantastic. But I guess I think it's still part of the designs for the page. For this page, we can leave this, here, because I was thinking the width. Let's check on mobile to have a clear instinct of what we need to do. Okay, yeah, this is quite okay. Yeah, this is quite okay. Yeah, so let's cancel this and let's go to the last one we have here for the services, routine and filling cleaning. So let's quickly edit that out to open a new document and save the width 600, the height is 400. Okay, now let's pick an image and resize. Okay, so wish to use this. Yeah, this, place it there. Good. So press enter and export. Good. So routine cleaning services, yes, Charles, save changes. Okay, so now just let's duplicate this, and mind you, we are alternating the columns. Duplicate this as well and drag down here peacefully. Now let's edit the image we have here. Let's remove this and insert the new image we just created. Routine cleaning. Okay, okay, now the image is attached and let's click on set image, save changes. Now let's edit our text out, routine and filling cleaning. Now highlight this and click on text, paste it. Good. Now the texts, let's copy them out. Let's say from here down here. Now click on the text here. Now copy down here, paste. Okay, now we are left with this last one here. Okay, so good. Now click on text and paste. Okay, now when that is done, you can click on save changes. Okay, now let's have a preview of how it's gonna look at the end. Okay, now the same thing we did to this, we're going to add it to this as well. Okay, so at the column or the row, the last row, what we need to do is to add padding of 50 pixels by 50 pixels. Okay, just as we did to the other one. Did we add any margin to this? No, there was no margin added to this. I guess the second margin, the second row, I think we haven't added anything here. Okay, 50 pixels by 50 pixels. Okay, now let's check the first one if we have done anything special to this. Okay, I think we are on the way. So let's have a preview. Wow, okay, this looks fantastic and much more better than this. So, but I guess if we can have a PNG image like this with white background, I think it will make the page more beautiful than ever. Okay, so well, maybe before the end of the tutorial, I'm gonna get images which are like this, and we're gonna make use of them. So now, without any further ado, let's go to our wireframe and see if we underline. Yes, we are. Now the next thing we need to do is this section, okay, where we need to add a contact person. Okay, this is the column that is meant for this button. Okay, when they click on the IS button, it's going to take them down to the last part of the page. Okay, so what we need to do now, we are through with those rows. Now click since we are through with these rows, but before we do that, let's click publish. Okay, let's try to publish our page. Okay, what we need to do right now is for us to update our page. So let's click on updates, and let's see what we have. Good. So this is more okay, but the next thing we need to do, which we've talked about, for us to add the last section we have from this, and we're going to make use of an image, we're going to make use of form, and so on. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to add a row. Okay, and let's edit the row and add some paddings. Okay, 50 pixels by 50 pixels, and let's give it 20 pixels to the top, and let's give it a 10 pixel beneath. Okay, let's save changes and make sure it is 2-colon row, and right here type content box. Good. Now go to back box, sorry, go here, split box with image. Okay, now let's add the image. The image we want to use it's this. The image is called icon lady. So good. Now let's set the image right here, and sorry, the image is gonna be left hand side. Okay, so let's save changes, and right inside this plus sign you can see here. Okay, now add text box. Okay, now okay, contact person. Okay, I want us to use something different from this. I want us to use I'll prefer title and text for this, and contact person. Okay, now the next thing is gonna be the person's name, just Deborah Nelson. Okay, Deborah Nelson. Let's copy from here. Okay, and let's use our notepad, because I want to use a strict line style. Deborah Nelson. Okay, end of sales, phone, email, info at yescharles.ng.com. Good. Now let's copy everything and go back to this place, and let's paste it. Okay, now let's make this bold a little bit, and let's click on save changes. So let's preview what we are here, if it's okay. Good. This is amazing. Okay, contact box. Okay. Okay, so with this we have okay, so with this we have this contact person, because these are the latest way these things are done. I just want something different from the way it used to be. Okay, so I guess if possible, if I can, I'm thinking of adding something else here. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's reduce this margin to be 10, and let's have a preview. Okay, well, this is still okay. So the next we need to do is to add our contact form. Okay, by checking through this, you see that we need to add our contact form. Okay, oh sorry, I forgot to to add our operating hours to this. I forgot to add operating hours to this. Let's edit this. Operating hours. Okay. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, that is showing the resumption time and the closing hour for this person. Okay, so we have more. I think it's even showing more now. Okay, so with this is more professional than just the normal IROs. Click here, all this kind of thing. So this is much more okay than how it used to look like. Okay, so since we have this, now the next thing we need to do is to go to before we proceed, let's update our page. Okay, so since that is updated, let's go to contact forms. Okay, click on contact forms. It's gonna load all our forms first, and we're going to create a new form. Okay, let's add new. Now cleaning forms, cleaning service forms. Yes, Charles. Okay, now click on save. Now once you're done with that, you're going to delete some things from this form. You're going to delete the first one, you're going to delete the subject, you're going to delete this, then make sure you leave the email and also the submit button. Now delete all these as well, remove all these as well. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so the first thing we are going to be in need of is your name, and by getting by the form inputs you use to get your name, you click on the first one, which is what's called text. Now name, default value, and say your name. Now let's use this as a placeholder. Click on insert tag. Now press enter, double enter. Now the next thing we're going to collect is email address. You click on the email, is a required field. Oh, sorry, I think we have email here already. Okay, we just need to add some things. Now at the end of the email, type placeholder, double inverted commas, and click in between, add your email. Okay, now the third thing we need from them, it's the phone number, text. Oh, sorry, let's use tell, which is a required field as well. Your tell. Okay, use this as a placeholder, don't forget to do that. Insert tag, and the next one is location. Now text. Okay, mind you, we have used 418 in the previous one. Okay, so make sure you change the number for 420. Okay, and use let's say your location. Okay, right. Good. Insert tag, and if there is any need for special instruction, okay, let's special instruction. Now make sure you use this as the placeholder. Okay, good. Insert. Now bring this up a little bit. Okay, so once you've done this, next thing you need to do is to click on save, and once you're done with this, kindly update the page once more. Update. Okay, let's check through all our feeds again. We need your name, we need your email address, we need your telephone number, we need your location, and if there's any other thing you want to add to this is okay. Now let's go to our page now, and good. So what we need to do next is for us to click on this column here. Okay, now I think there's one other thing which we need to do. It's just an advanced way we can also make this more nice and okay. I think since we have different cleaning services over here, I guess if possible we can just create a drop down, okay, in the list of forms. So it's not a big deal for us. Just beneath, or let me say before the special instruction, let's use a drop down menu. Now if you don't know what a drop down is, that is where you have several options where you can choose one from. Okay, now what you need to do according to this instruction, it said one option per line, so it's a required feed as well. Now let's sorry, service, paste, press enter, copy the second, press enter. Okay, the third, routine and filling, selling, enter. Okay, so these are the three types of services offered under cleaning services. Okay, so good. Now once you have these, I'll first like to make these okay. This is more okay. Good. Now once it's done, click on insert tag. So click on save. You're going to thank me later for this, because it's going to make your page look more professional. Now what you need to do on this second column here, click on plus and type contact. Now you're going to see you're going to see to contact from 7, but choose the pro. Okay, now select the form, say cleaning service forms, yes Charles. Okay, now click on save changes. Let's preview how it's gonna look like. Okay, so now this is what you're gonna have. Okay, which for me it's quite okay. To you it might look the best, but I know there's something we can do more to this to make it more fine and more let me say, awesome. So follow me as we do that. First thing you need to do, all these forms, all these input forms, all this box you see are regarded as input forms. Okay, so we're going to add some formatting just as we did for the previous contact form we created in this tutorial. What we need to do on all inputs, we want to add some formatting. We want to make sure anything that is typed into it is 13 pixels and the color is this, and okay, we want this. Okay, we want the borders to also be something nice, 1 pixels all through, and the border color should be of this. Okay, we don't want the radius because we don't want the bent styling. And let's click on save changes and preview what we have now. Okay, so good. So you can see we have added something more nice to these and more interesting. Okay, but before we proceed, let's preview what we have here on our desktop to see. Wow, this is fantastic. Okay, so good, but I think there's more we can do, because I just want, this left section is quite too small compared to what we have on the right column in this row. So I would just want to do some formatting such a way that the first, second will be on the same row, the third and the fourth will also be on the same row, excluding these and the other ones here. Okay, so what we need to do right here, it's on our contact form 7. We don't need anything on the contact form 7 page. All what we need to do is on contact form 7 pro settings. Okay, so now each of these input box are regarded as feed. So the first feed is your name, second feed is your email, the third is your telephone number, your fourth is your location, the fifth is the type of service you want, and the sixth is your special instruction, excluding the button that you have underneath. Okay, the first feed, now dividing this column is going to be 310 pixels. Actually the whole column is 625. Okay, but once you use the whole 625, there won't be much spacing in between the two feeds you want to add. So once you have these, and mind you, make sure you float this to the left. Okay, second feed. this is going to also be 310 pixels and 310 pixels, and ensure you float this to the right. Okay, now without to avoid just coming back and forth or going back and forth, just click on close. Go to the third feed, do the same thing, 310 pixels, scroll down, make sure it's flew to the left. Okay, click close. The fourth field, make sure it is 310 pixels, and make sure it flows to the right. Okay, once you're done with this, you can click on save changes. So let's see how this is going to look like. Oh, this is fantastic. You can see even our left column is much more better and fantastic. Okay, I think let's see if we need to add this let's say equal height, let's say content middle. Let's see if this is going to add more beauty to your work or not. Okay, good. This is fantastic. Okay, this is quite okay. Good. So now you can see you can input your you can input this, you can input your phone number. Okay, you can input your location. Okay, you can choose. I want fumigation and pest control, and I want thanks. That will be all. Good. So you can click on send, and you're gonna have this message. So this is quite okay. It's going to forward straight to your email address you use in the configuration. But before the end of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how this can be configured and how you're going to receive that in your email address. So with this, we are okay, but we are left with just one thing more. And what's that? The thing is, when they click on hire us, it should scroll down to this. So what we need to do right here is to click here and go to row ID and type let's say hire us. Okay, so once you're done with that, just save changes. Okay, now what you need to do is click on the button here. Okay, and when they say the URL of the page, okay, just type this. Okay, set link and click on save changes. Okay, now let's have a preview of how this is going to look like. So let's click. Can you see? So this is how this is going to be, and it's going to be very perfect. So now before we proceed, let's check our designs on mobile to see how far we've gone. So let's see. Click IRS. You can see it scrolls down to this, and you can fill your form and everything. Now let's look from the top to bottom. You can see this is okay. This is fantastic. Well, I wouldn't want to add anything here anymore. Okay, and this is quite okay. So this is just how we're going to duplicate all other pages we have on this website as well. Okay, so I'm going to meet you in the next video. So thank you.